So, I've played one Spider-Man game, I guess. I don't think more would hurt. Licensed games aren't always bad. Well, in this case, there's not much special to it, but welcome to Let's Play Spider-Man and Mysterio's Menace for the GBA. Playing a lot of GBA games all of a sudden, not quite sure why. But this game is somewhat an interesting game. If nothing else, has a few amusing examples of superhero comic book writing back around the year 2000. But anyways, so, old GBA game that uses password system. I'll admit that until like 2 days ago I had never beaten this game on anything but easy. In fact, I only beat it once on easy. This game's actually pretty difficult at times if you're not willing to just cheese your way through the whole thing. But as much as it pains me, I'm just gonna play the game on normal instead of super difficulty. I'm pretty sure the only difference is it gives the enemies more health, and I think they might do more damage to you. I'm not sure if you even take more damage. I think enemies just have more health. Anyways. A fishbowl. Dramatic bowling. I always thought this was a really weird drawing. I see what it's supposed to represent with him suddenly switching channels to Spider-Man. Well, not literal channels, but suddenly thinking of being Spider-Man, I guess you could say. But it always looked weird to me when I played this when I was younger. Stay inside, kids. Whoa! What am I suddenly? Where was I when I was on the phone in the first place? Was I was walking outside a store, wasn't I? I always thought Peter was inside that first scene for some reason. Anyways. Okay. So, 3 places you can start off with. The difficulty varies, I'd say, but I'll start off with the downtown. That's what I always do. There are basically 3 different things you can do in whatever order you feel like, but anyways, I have to get used to playing this game with the PS3 controller. It's gonna be weird. So this game actually has, like many other Spider-Man games, a surprising amount of detail put into its combat system, more than it really needs. Oh, well, bye. But you can do a lot of things in this game, as one might hope. You, of course, swing web. You can collect web for swinging more web. And there's combat. There are kinds of attacks you can do, all sorts, in fact. You usually see me do whatever does most damage, though, which is this. If you press up while in the air in an attack, then you'll do a spin kick. Or you can actually press up and side to do the attack on the ground, which is convenient. Anyways, otherwise you can just punch. You can also do an uppercut, which is entirely useless because even though it does more damage, it's horribly slow. You can crouch and punch things in amusing ways, well, kick things, which always knocks them down, which is useful in its own right. Or you can punch things, like that, which will never knock them down and is incredibly amusing. Hi, Daily Bugle. But you can also find many assorted upgrades throughout the game, which can be on this screen by pressing select, which will tell you what your level actually is, but that's not too important. You can see a list of various things, well, most of the things that you can get throughout the game, and you usually learn what these things actually do through the game over screens of all places, but the fluid upgrade is actually the most useless one for me. This makes my web better. I should probably use my web more than I do, but it basically just makes it so that enemies will stay in your web longer. Goodbye. Oh, that was nice teamwork. You can also do this. Well, that's probably not a good thing to do when somebody's right in front of me. This will block projectiles. I didn't even mention. Things going too quickly. I didn't even mention that I got armor before, which is why I turned blue. For some reason, if you have armor in this game, you're blue. I don't actually know why. I'm not familiar with Spider-Man ever having armor that turned him blue, but you also have a nice little downward kick, which moves you at a nice angle, does a moderate amount of damage. Useful for boss battles, if you want to be cheap, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. You're under no obligation at any point, by the way, to actually get rid of all the enemies. So if you feel like you're wasting your time on an enemy, just go right past it. No! Okay. Oh. Well. There we go. See, yeah, uppercut doesn't even do much damage. Like you can see right there. Now, there's one more attack I haven't shown you. That's this. If you attack downwards while on the ceiling, you can actually do your most damaging attack yet. Which is enough to kill the game's weakest enemies in one blow. Although well, that's interesting. I actually realized that. So the spin kick that you see me do here is actually weaker than the spin kick I do by actually jumping. Odd. Hop spin kick does less damage. It's notable. Anyways, when you can, it's best to just do that. Hi. This is our first boss battle. I need to stop doing that hop spin kick actually, because it does a lot less damage than I thought it did. I was wondering why enemies had so much health left when I hit them. But as much as I don't want to, I'm probably going to cheesing most of this game's boss fights. Well, not most of them, but at least the Hammerhead fights. Because actually what you can do is just sit on the ground and then do whatever you feel like. I'll hang with Impact Web, which is web that actually does damage, which is cool. Not something I see in most Spider-Man games. But it's nice to have. It's actually probably your most convenient weapon. You'll hit things from range. Oh, how convenient. Anyway, it's on to the nightclub. Part of the reason I do these two levels first, downtown in the nightclub, is because, well, the order I do things in is because of the different power-ups you can get in those different places, and you'll see why I want to come here first pretty quickly. I will save the others. Oh, I see. You have a Tommy gun, but when confronted with a superhero, stop doing that attack. I made a serious habit of using that little hop attack now, but no, stop that. Well, you also just have a normal air kick, which is actually really fast and useful. Something you'll see me do sometimes is, if I'm being comboed, okay, could we not? Sometimes you'll see if I'm being comboed, I will just do a crouch kick. I find that some enemies, at least, not all of them, but some enemies, well, many enemies react very quickly, but some enemies will actually have a short pause between their second and third hits, and that gives you enough time to either get out of the way, well, not most of the time, or crouch in a kick. Anyways, I'm not sure I use the back entrance that put us into the meat store, but whatever. If an enemy has the high ground, though, it's usually not a good idea to try to spin kick them. Oh, this is the room where you have invincibility. I'm trying to remember which room had this stuff. This thing. So that's invincibility. You do extra damage, enough to one-hit these enemies. And you don't have to worry about almost anything killing you. There are very, very few things that can kill you. Instant kill things will kill you, basically, if you have invincibility. Not that. Oh crap, I didn't mean to come down here yet. Stop that. Instant kill things will kill you, but it's weird. I'll have to explain later. There's something in this game that can be guaranteed to kill you, but won't kill you instantly. So you're safe from it if you're using invincibility. And it works, so why not? Hostage. I guess the guy that's just sitting in the bathroom isn't really aware of what's going on and is no longer considered a hostage. It never was, in fact. Anyways. So, there actually turns out to be another room up here with some guy that's always going to shoot you if you approach from the side. Hi. Hey, how do you avoid getting hit from that? Jerk. Yeah, and some more armor. Speaking of which, though, you might notice there's some suits we could get. This is the armor suit. Probably the most useful upgrade in the game, actually. Well, second most. But reason being, well, another one's pretty darn nice too. The reason being, we now take less damage as a whole. Hi. I don't know why, really big guys are very athletic in this game. In fact, pretty much everybody is except for people with Tommy guns. Gangsters are the only non-athletic people in this game. You'll see later on, this game sets very high standards for athleticism in general. Anyways. Nope. Alright. Nope. I do question how people are supposed to navigate some of the areas in this game, but Spider-Man makes it quite clear that he doesn't particularly care what normal humans do, considering he refuses to take the stairs. Oh no. You also might have noticed that this game actually has a spider sense of sorts, where if something's being shot at you from off screen, or even just near the edge of the screen, you'll actually get a little warning noise. Oh, no. Stop that, Spidey. There. Bye. Aha. Oh, I didn't expect you to be there for some reason. Where do you even come from? Oh god, that's not gonna work. You can also actually bring up a shield while crouched, but there won't usually be much reason to. Not if you're on a wall, though, or ceiling, which is disappointing. Ow! Thank you. This game will sometimes have mercy on you. Duh. Oh, you ran the wrong way. This game will sometimes have mercy on you if you're low on health. Keyword being sometimes. The normal levels themselves usually aren't very difficult, with the exception of some instant kill things you'll come across every now and then. But anyways, on levels that have objectives, once you've completed them, you can go through the final door, which is usually pretty big. Then you fight a boss. And like before, we have Hammerhead. The only repeat boss in the game, so don't get too concerned that we're going to be fighting people again and again as time goes on. He's not going on any buddies, which is kind of weird. He usually does. But if he's not going to, that means life is going to be a lot easier. Yeah! Okay, that's my only time ever getting a flawless fight on him, I'm pretty sure. I cheesed most of my way through it, but still. Beautiful spin kick over some bullets. Never ask questions. So it actually turns out that these cutscenes do change depending on what order you do them in. Only slightly, but I've only ever seen two combinations because I usually go to the pier before I go down to the nightclub. Not really sure. Or, no, I normally go to the nightclub, then the pier, and then the metals. But the foundry is actually a better place to go to because of what you can do in the next area. So I'm gonna come here. This place also has the game's easiest boss, I would say. So you don't need to be too concerned about being underpowered. Whoa! Oh yeah, I come in here, I'm about to say, these guys are some pretty crazy foundry workers, but, you know, then again, this is the reaction to me just kind of coming in here and beating up the workers, so. Sometimes you just do things not questioning them in video games. Right now, I'm probably giving them something to talk about at the next union meeting. Coming for the sneak attack. This game is nice enough to let you pan the camera every now and then. Every now and then? Okay, that's odd. I can normally pan the camera. Cool. No. Okay. Can't pick up that armor, because armor does not stack in this game, unfortunately. But that will cease to be an issue at some point. Probably soon. Bye. What's even down there? Is it death? Looks like death. That's death. Yeah, invincibility won't save you from that stuff. You gonna do it, dude? There we go. The game doesn't load enemies that are not on screen, but it still remembers where they are. So if you knock somebody off of a ledge, sometimes you need to go back, you need to follow them to actually let them hit the ground. Which means, unfortunately, you can't knock somebody off a big drop and then, oh, hi turret, and then get the drop on them. Because they won't actually have hit the ground by the time that you attack, no matter how long you wait. So that was a ninja. Not a big deal. Oh, you can actually go under here. And find a ninja! Not really any reason for that, but... oh. I feel kind of nervous being here, where... what's essentially lava is about to be poured, but... you know, some people feel okay with that. But I do not specifically remember the location of this level's, or rather this room's power-up. I will attempt to do what I can to remember it. Oh, well, if you're just gonna follow it, it's fine. Also shoot stuff at an angle, which is helpful. Oh well. This is blue armor that I just now picked up. Blue armor has a distinct advantage over green armor in that it actually fills your entire health bar. It doubles your maximum health, essentially. So, that means that things that are guaranteed kill will take extra long to kill you. Amazing, isn't it? Bop. Okay. Hi, green armor, you're useless. And something over on the right there. I don't think there's much, whatever is right here is actually of much worth. I'll go get it anyways. I usually get a decent number of lives in this level, actually, from what I remember. Also, that cog on the right that's turning, it's a very pretty cog, isn't it? I just thought it looked really nice. Anyways. Oh yeah, this was the other power-up. So that's the left wrist container. That's with the web containers. That gives us one extra web block, I guess. If you look in the top left. Hi. Also, if you're wondering, you probably weren't wondering, but you can block shurikens with your, boom. You can block shurikens with your web shield if you so choose. What's some of those gears on that wall there? I'm actually curious now. Alright. Of course, health packs actually add to your active health, not your armor. I don't know if I can do that. I guess that's just kind of being agreed at this point that the foundry workers and I are mortal enemies. No. Okay, that was actually kind of cool looking. I actually ducked under his spin kick. Whoa. Stop. Never. Oh, I never did mention there was actually a running kick in this game, did I? It's actually a bit more useful than you might initially think. Come on. There you go. But the usefulness of this running kick is that if you land... normally if you can only do so many attacks on an enemy before you end up knocking them down. Which is kind of a big deal in boss fights because they usually do something once you knock them down. Like teleporting away or attacking you in a way that you can't avoid. But if you manage to... what? No. There you go. Avoid knocking them down. as long as you can do more damage to them at a time, or in one go. So what you want to do is use... Hi. So what you can do is use a running kick before you start your combo. And they'll actually add an extra hit to your combo as a whole. There'll be an extra hit before you land your fish and that knocks them down. I feel like I'm not going to get showed off on this guy. But yeah, see right there. That was actually, I think it's 4 hits in your normal combo, so that was a 5 hits right there. Something like that. That one guy always hits me. That explosive. Stop that. Okay. I don't think there's really any way to go through this part without just taking a hit or two. Okay, maybe a lot more than hits than 2 if you're having issues. Oh no, fire. Oh, jump over it. Fuck. Boom! Ninjas, they set the highest standards for agility, but it doesn't really matter when. No! Oh. Thank you for a Spidey Sense game, but... I'll actually ignore that upwards passage for the moment. I'll return to in just a minute. Hey. Oh, fine. But there's something we're going to skip over for just a moment. So we can head on up here. See, when I kept talking about things that can kill you, but not kill you instantly, I was talking about these saw blades. These saw blades are a horrible thing. It's not just because they make a horrible noise, but because if you touch them, you will die. You won't die instantly, which means that invincibility will protect you from them, but you will still die. But like I said, you can get through them with invincibility. Why is the camera like... Okay, the camera seemed like it was kind of permanently shifted for a minute there. Anyways, you can get a life there. So I figured I would do so. You know what? Alright. And we're back down here. That corridor I was in at the beginning of this room. Now, if you drop down here, though, you can get invincibility, and you can probably imagine where we're going with that. Up. So we jump on up here as quick as we can. And pick up the web compressor, and quickly run back through. Web compressor. Well, it's the compressor. Basically, it gives us more, well, web for our web. We use less web when we do anything now. So it's actually basically, well, just another web upgrade. 4 of this game's 10 upgrades are web-based. So if you don't care about using your web any particular amount, you're going to be kind of sad and unimagined. But web is incredibly useful, especially impact web. Or, I don't know what this stuff's called. I don't think it's called impact web, because there's, well, yeah, heavy impact. So there's something called heavy impact for your impact web. I won't get to that just yet. Anything down there? Well, probably, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to follow that guy down there. You can just, you could hear why just now. No. A very good reason for not following him down there. Down there was death. Death like that. Let's not do that. Okay. And because I don't like you! Obey safety regulations, or burn, apparently. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to make an example. Okay. More pretty gears. Some invincibility, that's vaguely helpful. I think if you run up here, there's also another... I mean, you can use that invincibility on if you're not dumb. Which I was. They also have better range than you do, apparently, since they have better weapons. Some more armor, just because why not? And some more fun things to pick up. Health in case you happen to need it, which I don't. Web, which you really have no reason, well, not much reason to use. If you look up here, there's actually nothing. Alright, and we're about done with this level. Go for a boss. Before we do that, get rid of these turrets up here. So there's actually another green, or rather, another blue armor you can get in this level, as you can see, or in this fight, as you can see down in the bottom left. This thing can also freeze you, which is annoying. You just do everything more slowly, basically. You can also jump very, very slowly, which means that you don't really jump much at all. But your run kick goes at this normal speed, which is kind of funny. Your uppercut, on the other hand, is in slow motion, so it takes about 2 full seconds to execute. Anyways, getting that armor down there is well, not... It's just more risky than it's worth. Not terribly difficult, but what you have to do is basically... Stop that. Drop down just below the platform, from off of the left or right side, and then swing under and hold up, so you actually get back up on the platform after you pick that thing up. But it's not worth the trouble. So in case you weren't wondering, in case you didn't know who this guy was, well, don't worry, because not even Spidey does. And in fact, the game doesn't even tell you in any way except for this one line. Well, he says I think 2 lines, but except for the captions. Doesn't even bother telling Spidey who he is. This was a really minor Spider-Man villain too. I don't really know why he popped up in this game. Oh no! We should do something about that. Anyways, so I actually made less progress in this game than I expected in a single episode, because this game's really short. I played through the majority of this game twice, on the like hour or 2 leading up to me recording this. But anyways, I guess that's how it's gonna be. So, next time in the next episode of Let's Play Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace, we will head on over to ChemCorp and apparently stop the power core from shutting down. It's an odd level, but meh, not a bad one. And we'll get actually one of the most useful power-ups in the game there too. So, see you then guys. Cool things await.